Hello students, welcome back to my course on C programming for college first year students. So in the previous video, we have discussed about the data types and variables and their declaration. And we have tried to store everything inside a program. Now, how we can accept the data from the user and we can display them. Now, how to do the user input? We are doing it with a program. So let's see what kind of information we want the user to input. So we are doing a very simple program, write a program to accept the roll number, name, and age of a student, age of a student from the user and display them. Okay. So we have three pieces of information which we want to enter: roll number, name, and age. Okay, let's see. In place of age, we will store the CGPA score. Okay? CGPA of a student. So how we can write this program? So the very first thing for the roll number we will write is we need to see what kind of variable we will use. So we have decided, let's see the roll number. Let's see one sample input. So the roll number, enter roll number. So our roll number will be, let's say 15. Okay. And name, let's see this time the name, let's say it's Sachin. And some CGPA score. So let's enter name, we do this thing. And then we write here, enter CGPA score. So let's see, it is 9.8. So this is what we want to accept from the user. So the very first variable, the roll number, will be int type. So let's see, this is int roll. We need to store the name, so it will be char name, and it will be, now in this case we cannot leave it blank. When we need to take the data from the user, we have to mention what is the maximum size of text character. We need to tell what is the maximum size of the characters. So let's see, the maximum size is 30, and then we have the CGPA score as it is a float value but between 1 to 10. So let's see, this is CGPA and this is a float type. So let's change this default prompt which comes. So first enter roll number. For taking the roll number, we have to use function scanf. The scanf function, the roll number is integer type, and we know the format specifier for integer type is %d. And this time we will not write roll only. Why? We need to store this value into the address, memory address of roll number. So that memory address we will be passing here as ampersand row. So the scanf function, later stage you will understand what this function. So it is taking two parameters. One is telling the type of the information and the second is the memory address. So this is the roll number. Next one is enter name. So enter name. The name will be scanf, and for this the format specifier is %s. Now here one thing, for the name we do not use ampersand. Now the simple reason is this, because in case of roll number, the roll variable is a name to a memory address. Okay, it's directly pointing to the memory address, where this name itself is a memory address. Okay, so this is in case of a character array, we do not need to give, because the name of the array itself is the address of the first memory location, right? Okay. Next thing which we need to take is the CGPA score. So we will, for that we write enter CGPA. Okay, and for that also we can write, now this is a floating information, float type, so %f, and this time we write enter CGPA. Okay, so we have taken the information from the user. Now we are printing this information. So just to give a line of gap, we write /n, which is like pressing one enter, and then we write roll number. So we write percentage %t, and this roll number will be code is will be roll, which is we have taken the value, it's there. Next is printf percentage %n, which is name. And name, we have already seen this is the format specified percentages. So this is the name variable. And finally, we have the CGPA score. So this is CGPA score. So which is a float type. So we'll write percentage %f. And for that, we have CGPA. Okay. So hoping everything is okay. Okay, so let's run this code. Enter roll number, let's say 15. Name is Sachin. Okay, and CGPA score is, let's say, 8.9. Oh, 0, but let's see 8.9. So you can see it has taken these values and it is displaying these values. And you can see some spaces are there. So whatever you write in printf will be printed as it is. So if we do not want this space, so we will just press enter. Just we select this thing and press the del key, so all the spaces will go. So let's run it again. So let's say 15, roll number name is Sachin, and uh, let's see 7.9. Let's see this time we give. So we are getting 7.900. Okay. So what we are getting, though it's okay, but we are getting an issue here. We are getting this many uh, extra zeros which are there. So how can we remove this extra zeros from this output? The simple solution is, in this case, is to specify the number of decimal places. So we want only one decimal places we shown. So we'll write here 1.1f. So this dot 1f is telling how many decimal places. So in this case, it's only one decimal place. So let me run it again. And let's see, we give the value 15, name Sachin, and CGPA this time is 7.8. So now you can see the output. You're getting the entire output as you have entered 15 and 7.8. So those extra zeros are not coming. I hope you understood. So in case you have restrict the number of decimal places, you can put it here. The number of 0.2, 0.3, as many decimal places you require. Okay, so this is the simple program where we are accepting the data and we are displaying the result. But it's not as simple taking input, because in some cases we will face some issues. Okay, so what issues we can face that we are going to take in the next program. Okay, our next program is write a program to accept roll number, name, and marks of a student. Display the information. It seems to be okay. Let's see. Just a little change we do it here. So this we write in marks. We can do it this also. So if it is enter marks, so if we do it here, percentage %t, and this is marks, right? And here also we can write this as a marks, and we write this as percentage %t, and here it's marks. Now you must be thinking why I have taken a program which is almost same like the previous one. Yes, now you will see what issues we see in this program. So let's see, we have given the roll number as 15, and this time we have written the name as Sachin Tendulkar. Okay, and then we press enter, but we are unable to accept the marks from the user. It has straight away gone to the next line. So we can see the moment we are giving a name which consists of uh, two words, so it automatically uh, discard the name when it consists of the two words. It automatically discards the second input thereafter, and it even does not display the Tendulkar also. So now how to solve this problem? The problem lies in the fact that this scanf is capable of only storing till it finds any of the white space character. The moment it gets a white space character, it understands that that white space character uh, is the terminator for that particular input. So when we're giving Sachin, after Sachin, there's a white space character. So this is considering this is the, it is not taking Tendulkar because after Sachin, the white space is telling it's a terminator character. And this Tendulkar cannot be stored in the next one when it reads in the marks, so it just stores 0. So this is one issue which we have to do. The program is doing okay, but we are not getting the required input. So what is the remedy? Okay. So for this, to understand this thing properly, what we have to do is we are doing one more code to explain the entire thing. So this is the problem code which is there with this output. So, so what we do is that write a program to accept the name, okay, city, you can take the city and country of a player, display that, right? So what we are going to do is that we are coming to this one. Here in the same program, we are writing here char name. Let's see, name is 30 characters. Char city, let's see, this is 20 character. And char country, which is again 20 character. Now, in the first case, we have to give the enter name. Okay. So do is remove this part. What we do is here enter name, and as usual with the scanf we take the value of name. So this will be ampersand, not ampersand required. Okay, we should not require any ampersand here. Printf, enter city. This is the city. So scanf percentage s city, and finally we have the enter country. We write scanf percentage s the country. Okay, now we have to print all this information. So session name, and the placeholder for the name is yes, and this will be the name. Now we copy similarly for the, this is for the city, and then one more is for the country. So we have got the name, city, and country. So let's see. how this program behaves. We give the name here is Sachin Ramesh Indulkar. Now, when I press enter, you will see something which you have not expected. When I enter, you see I do not get a chance to input any data for city and country, but I can see the data, the name Ramesh, middle name Ramesh has gone to stored in city and country is now Tendulkar. So why is this so? For a very simple reason, as I've already discussed just now, that whenever scanf finds a space, is considered that space to be the terminator for that input. So it is finding the Sachin as a space. So it is considering that the for the name it is Sachin. Then it is going for the next one, which is the Ramesh. So it read the next one for city, it goes to Ramesh. So it read that Ramesh, which goes to the city part. And finally, for the country, again, there's the next value which is there in the memory, which is the Tendulkar. So it reads the Tendulkar from that string. Okay. So it is not that it has not read the data. It has, for city and country, it has read the data, but it can read only a single piece of information. So how can we solve this problem? Is there any easier way to solve this problem to get this data? So just for this error code, okay, this is basically a logical error code. Like to keep this thing so that you can understand that what errors will be there in this code if you execute with multiple word string. Okay. Okay. So what is the solution? So correct code, we will go for the corrected. Now, the corrected code will require some help. Now that help will be required from one more. We have stdio.ioh. So I think we do not need at this time because stdio.h has functions. So the functions which we are going to use to get the data is not a scanf, but the getf. Now get has one property that once it reads the entire information till it encounters the new line character. So we can give as many characters as there. Unlike the scanf, which looks for the white space character, which is can be any of the space, new line, or anything, any other character. But in case of getS, it looks for the new line character. New line character means when you press the enter. Okay, this is the enter key. So similarly, for city, we will write getS and city. Then for the country, we will write getS and country. Let's run this code once again and see whether we have solved the problem or not. Okay, so it is giving some kind of warnings. Okay, some of the methods are now deprecated, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. So we are giving the name this time is Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, and we give the city. City is, let's see, Mumbai, and let's see, country is India. So you can see this data is now you are all getting all the data in properly in each of the variables stored. Okay, to correct this code, what we need to do is that instead of using scanf, we will use another function which is getS. The getS function, what we need to do is that we just need to pass the string variable and it is going to store the data into the string variable till it encounters the white space new line, not all kind of spaces, just it will look for the new line character. The moment it gets the new line character or the enter key, it will, till that point, whatever data is there, it is going to store it in the variable. And then it discards the new line character also. So that is the good thing about the getters. So using the getters, we can store the data which is multiple words. So it will not consider the space as a terminator character. Let me run it for you. So as these functions are a little bit low level, so sometimes it gives a warning that you should avoid these functions. C itself is a low level programming language, so but this is not an issue. Sachin, Ramesh, Tendulkar. Okay. And let's see the city. City is Mumbai and country is India. So you can see the information which we have given is now perfectly there in this. It has come and stored in the variables. Okay. So this is one scenario. Let's see. So this has solved the problem. And if we look for the output of this one, we'll copy the output and put it here. So you can see the output is here. We can give some space here, okay, but it's okay at this point. Now the next thing which we are going to take is to, let's see the same program, but instead of now what we are going to do is that we will try to correct the program which we have done previously, which was giving the error this code, okay. So as we have already written the code, so we'll take this code again here from here and we will correct it. Paste it here. Now how to correct this code? So obviously for the roll number, we do not need to take any precaution, but we can take this name in getS. Okay. So getS will allow us to take the entire full name. Okay. And then let's see now, can we print the entire information? Okay. Let's see 15. Okay. And okay, still we are facing one problem here. Now we have this time taken the name Sachin Tendulkar. But this time, what happened is that after the roll number, the name has not at all got the chance to store the uh, input name. So why this situation is there? The reason is that scanf, when it reads the data, as you press write type 15, after typing 15, you have pressed enter. Now that enter is still there in the buffer. So the next line, getS, which is basically checks for the input terminator character as a new line character, it will find the new line character um, in the buffer and it immediately understands that this is the end of the input. Okay, so it does not, though you have typed the data, but as it has already found the new line character which is there after roll number, so it discards the input of the second input, which is there. And obviously, Sachin Tendulkar, whatever is left, uh, if the second scanf, which is the third scanf, which is going to read it here, will not able to store this thing and it will store a 0. So here we need to solve this thing. So somehow we need to uh, remove the new line character, which is there after the row. So there is another function which is getChar. Okay. GetChar basically reads a character from the user. This time, what we do is, or there are other functions also there. So let's see, we getChar and we just write here char ch. So though this function takes the we do not need to store the value here. So just we write getChar. GetChar is a function which reads the input character which is there in the after pressing the roll number. Okay. So let's run this thing. We give 15. And now we are giving the marks here. Let's see, we give is 87. Now you see we have perfect all the data which is here. So you can see when we have this kind of scenario and you have to use the getAs. So we have to understand the getAs looks for the new line character, and if it is already there in the scanf, it will understand that this is the new line character. So this is the end of the term input termination, end of the input, because it has already found the new line character. So it will end the, it will not able to read the data entered by the user. So whenever we have this kind of scenario, we need to use the getChar character, getChar function to extract the new line character which is there in the memory. Okay. So students, you have seen that these are the different ways by which you can accept the information from the user. All right, especially string information which has certain problems or issues are there. So I've given you the examples by which you can solve these issues. Okay. Now finally, before moving this thing, let me this information for you, this corrected code. Now this fully corrected code is here. Okay, and obviously we can put the output is here. The output of this will be here. So I'm keeping this all information, this all codes together here for you people. Okay. Um, I will send you the, I will provide you the link. Okay. If you subscribe my channel and you wish to take this all information, all this file code in PDF format, you can send me the link. Send me your request in the link given below. Okay. Provided in this video, and you will get all this information. Okay, in the description of the video, I will provide you the link so you can get it. Okay. All right, so let's move to the final part of the program where we want to store the previous data which we have taken. Okay. Write a program to input value of pi, distance between the earth and the sun, and finally the uh, value of 1 mole. Now, this is a kind of information which is uh, pi. You know, the value of pi is 3.14, but it can be a bigger value also. But let's see that value, if we have to take it from the user, the value of pi, which is obviously a floating value. Distance between the sun and the earth, we are considering it to be only 150 million uh, units. Okay, and the value of 1 mole is somewhere like 6. 0.022 into 10 to the power of 23. So this is the piece of the information which we have to uh, take it from the user. Okay. So how we can get this data from the user? So what we will do it here, we go back here and let's see, remove the previous data. So to accept the value of pi, which can be a bigger number also, okay, we can check the value of pi, quite big. Okay. So let me take a value of a pi. Okay, so value of pi. So value of pi, I've taken a bigger value of pi, which is, let's see, the value of pi is equal to, this is the value, which I've taken. Okay, and distance between the Earth and the Sun. Okay, so between the Earth and the Sun is 1 point. Okay, it's roughly okay. We are taking 150 billion. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kilometer. Okay, that is the distance. And finally, the value of 1 mole. 1 mole, which is basically 1 mole is equal to a 6.0 value of 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power of 23. So this is the data we are going to take except from the user. So let's see how it will. So for double, we take the value of pi is double, and we are already double, and we are going to take this value from the user. Uh, then we are going to take the next thing, which is the value of the long value, which is for the distance. Okay, and finally there is a double value this time also for the mode. Okay, so we write printf value of pi scanf percentage. Double means you can even give G, but let's see, we give F. Okay, long double also we can use it, but let's see percentage F do. And if you do, long float is equal to long double. And here we have to accept the value, so ampersand pi. Next is printf enter distance. So this time the distance is scanf. We have percentage L only, and this type, and even a long integer is LD. Okay, file similar to this one. So it is ampersand distance, and finally printf, and this time we're going to enter the value of 1 mole. This time we are writing is scanf. If this time we are also taking this in the format of uh, scientific format. So we write percentage E, and this time we write ampersand more. Okay, so now we are going to print the data. So print the data. So the next piece of information we need to enter is the value of mole. So enter value of 1 mole, which we have given. So now we just need to display the information. So likewise previous cases, we write here value of pi, which is percentage. In this case, it's percentage LF, and we write it here as pi. Next piece of information is, and this is the value of a distance between the sun and the earth, which is percentage LD. In this case, it is the variable distance. And finally, we have the printf. This is the value of 1 mole. So this is in exponential notation, scientific notation. So here it is mole. Okay, so we have already got the information even in our hand, which we are going to input. So let's run it once. So, oh, it seems somewhere we have just on print, it will be printf. Okay, not one more place, it is there, which is the main where, oh, this is the distance. Okay, I think there won't be any more such errors. Okay, so the value of pi, which we have taken here, is 3.141 and 59265. 59265. And then we have 359. Okay, 359. Then the distance between the sun and this is 150 followed by 6 zeros. Cannot give a distance. The zeros, 3, then 1, 2, 3. Okay. And now the value of 1 mole, which is 6.022, and scientific notation we write, let's see, capital E, small e, both can work, and this is 23. Okay. We have entered the data. Now let's see whether this data will be stored in these variables or not. So let's press enter. So we can see we are getting the information. So the only problematic information which we see is here. Is not able to take the value of uh, E like this way. So let's see, what we do is that we make it here. We do not do the change. We do the change here. Instead of taking this, we store it in the form of long double or the double. So let me run it one more time. So let's see, as we have already got the value of here. So 3.141 and 592, 141,592, 653, 653, followed by 59. The distance is 150 followed by 6 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the value of 1 mole is 6.022. It is, I think, correct, 6.02. It's not. It is 6.022, so not 022 e to the power of 23. Okay, so let's see. Yes, this time we have got the perfect result. Okay, so this, and in every programming language we have to try it, because uh, by experimenting we know how the program will work, how this different format specifier work. So we will have more clarity when we are doing a real life program where we need to use this thing, so we can do it correctly. So I think this is good enough for this session. And once again, I will ask you to share more with your students, other students of first year, those who want to study C programming. And there's a link in case you want to study personally the entire thing, so that thing also can be done. Okay, and obviously I want you to subscribe my channel, so that future videos information you can get it, and also the data, whatever the code which is there, will be available to you. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this particular session.